Hi, everybody. This is Miss O, and I'm your teacher. And today we're going to talk about multiplication, fractions, and decimals. And I hope you're doing well. And here we go. I'm going to share my screen. And here we go. Okay, wonderful. So here we have this paper. And so, of course, you're going to write your name here, whatever your name is. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you guys to see. Oops. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, it says multiplying a number by a whole number. The answer is much what, right? Is much what? For example, 4 times 5 is 20. So I'm looking for bigger or smaller. So what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about that 4 and 20. The answer is bigger or smaller than the original numbers. So of course, right here, you're gonna write bigger, right? B-I-G-G-R, bigger, okay? So that part's easy. So, and then we're looking at a picture. This is a picture of what? It is how many groups of 5? It's 5 groups of 4 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you guys can see this. Can you see it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So how many groups of 5 is it? It is, of course, it's going to be 4, or you could write 4. 4 groups of 5. Okay, number 2, multiplying a number by a fraction or a decimal, the answer is a size. Now here we're talking about the first number, a whole number, by a fraction or a decimal, right? Fractions and decimals are so small. So the answer will be what about the 2, the number and the fraction. For example, 4, that's the number, times 1/5. So the answer is 4/5. And the size of 4/5 is, right? So the answer here is going to be between. Okay, between. Why is that not pink? I don't know. Let's look again. So it's 4/5. Here's what 4/5 looks like. There's 1/5 here, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. So it's 4/5, right? It's divided into 5 pieces and 4 of them are green, not on your paper, I know. So 4/5 is, and here's where you're going to write bigger or smaller than 1/5. So it is bigger than 1/5, but 4/5 is smaller than 4 because it's even smaller than 1, right? So this whole circle is 1, but 1/5 is so small, and 4/5 is still not big. All right, let's look at number B. Letter B. I know you hate it when I say number B. 4 times 0.5 equals 2.0, right? Why? 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, right? So it's 4 of them. And so what is the answer? Here's a clue. 0.5 plus 0.5 equals 1. So this, let me draw. This 0.5 is 1, and this is 1. So 1 plus 1 equals, I hope you know it, is 2, right? So that's the answer. 2, right? So any number is whatever 0.0. 2.0 is bigger than 0.5. 2.0 is bigger than 0.5. And here, is it going to be bigger or smaller than 4? Obviously, 2 is bigger than 0.5. And what should it write? Bigger or smaller, right? Smaller than 0.4. Okay? I'm going to move on. First I have to. Now, second half, number 3. What do you think? Number 3, multiplying a fraction by a fraction. The answer is smaller than both of them. Okay, so when you multiply something by a fraction, the answer is smaller than both of them. So 1/2, this blue one is 1/2 times 1/4 is gonna be even smaller. So it's 1/2 of 1/4. So it's just a little tiny bit. So I took this one and I did 1/2 of that, or I did 1/4 of this. So I divide this one into 1, 2, 3, 4. You see that the answer is the same. It's this, which is the same as this. And so that's why this is the answer. So 1/2 times 1/4 is, let's check it out. What is this, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 of those, but we only have one of them is the answer. So the answer is that 1/8. So that's exactly what's happening here. 1/2. This is 1/2. I do this in red, this one. 1/2 times 1/4. 1/2 times 1/4 equals 1/8. And that's exactly what we just saw. 1/2 times 1/4 equals a little tiny 1/8. So I also wanted to let you know that 1/2 times 1/4 also means 1/2 of. So please write of right here. So it's half of. So times means of. Okay. In Spanish, de, right? De. Right? De. Okay. So let's move on. I'm going to switch to orange. So a decimal times a decimal will be what than both of them? So I want you to write bigger or smaller here, right? So of course, this is smaller. So you should write here, smaller. Okay. And finally, not finally, next, we can say 3.3. 0.3 times 0.4, right? It's like it's a fraction. So 0.3 is 3/10 times 0.4 is 4/10. So 3 times 4 is 12. So it's going to be 0.12. Now, I remember learning this when I was in 4th grade, and it stuck with me. So what we see is we have next to the decimal point, we have 1. Next to the decimal point is another 1. So there are 2 digits after the decimal point. So in my answer, I have to have 2 digits after the decimal point. Okay, so you can write that 2 digits after the decimal point. 2 digits after the decimal point. And what I mean by that is the same number as the question in the answer. Same number of digits, the same number of digits. So here we have 1, 2, and we'll study this more later. And here we have also 2, right? So 3 times 4 is 12, but where should it put, right? That's where it goes. I'm going to show you another way to look at this, okay? So look at this. See my arrow? Yes. So this is 3/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 3 of them are purple. And so that means 3/10 times, and again, this is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 4/10. So it's the same as 3/10 of 4/10 equals 12. 12 what? The same thing as here, right? 12 what? 12 100ths. So here we're going to write it with words. Are you ready? I hope I can do it. Is 12 100ths. 12 100ths. I know you hate it when I do that, but this is correct English. 12 100ths, right? So that's how we say it. Okay, so let's move on. It's the same thing that we were doing just now. 3/10, which is 3/10, which is 3/10. All of these are the same. 3/10 times 4/10 equals 12 100ths. So what should you write here? You have to write times, right? So here you could write times, or you could just write times. Okay, so also what I'd really like you to write on here is 3/10 of, right? 3/10 of. Remember that when multiplying by fractions, it's 3/10 of. Okay, so definitely want you to write 3/10 of 4/10 is 12 100ths, which is this, which is this. Everybody get it. Okay, hope you did a great job. Bye.